Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. We have been working with Amy.
The queen bee.
We've been working together for quite a while now
We have.
in terms of shooting loads of videos. We've now made 12 beginners videos that we have worked on for our channel here, Beekeeping 24/7. This will be a paid membership Facebook group. You've heard a little bit about it in some of my previous videos here, but it's been kind of fun doing this. Let's just talk a little bit about what brought us to the idea and what we've included so far in our videos.
Well, kind of what brought us to the idea. I mean, you and I have both been on, we're on varying groups on Facebook and seen different topics and kind of seen all these different answers and from varying levels of expertise. And I think you and I talked a little bit about how it would be great to have one source or one place people could go to learn one method of beekeeping instead of 5 million different videos and places on the internet.
Yeah, and I must say, I mean, the thing that turned me off was the sometimes the criticism,
The negativity.
or the occasional negativity, and it must be really hard for an administrator to be able to govern the negativity in groups like this, because you sometimes get as well as the know-alls who want to say their opinion and that sort of thing, then you've got there's folks on there with an agenda who are critical because you don't do things their way.
Right.
Whereas there's so many different ways of going about it. And in terms of the, I can imagine for a beginner, number one, having way too diverse recommendations of how to do something can be really counterproductive because you still don't know which direction to go. Right. And sometimes to change course from the direction that you've started off on can be just as counterproductive as not having done anything at all.
Right. And when you don't know a lot about the beekeeping and you're getting all these different opinions, again, it may even turn some people off because one says do it this way, and then you say, okay, I'm going to do it this way, and someone comes in and says, why are you doing it this way? You need to do it this way.
Yeah.
So
so I think we both agreed that while we do things quite similarly, in part because you learned a lot of what you do from you, but also as president of Penobscot County Beekeepers, you've seen plenty of other ways of keeping bees as well as the way I've done it.
So in all the different types of beekeeping out there that Peter and I have come in contact with, I mean, being the president of a club, I think really captured it for me, whereas we had so many new members that came in and they were looking for mentors and they wanted that help. And I remember what that was like. I remember being that original, the new beekeeper, and you had 5 million questions, which I called him 4.5 million times for that. But you had these questions. You wanted to make sure you're doing it right, and you had panic moments. And when Peter and I talked about this, we really came up with this idea of wanting to create one place where new beekeepers and some intermediates could go and not be worried about asking a question or whether or not that question's already been asked, or different methods, and not be afraid of any kind of backlash.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's our firm desire for this is that it's a very friendly environment in which you can ask questions and things. And because it's a paid membership group, I think people will behave much better on it. And anyone who doesn't behave much better on it will be silent. Will be silent.
They'll have a timeout.
So basically, what we'll aim to do is have. We'll present to you the way we have been successfully keeping our bees for some time, how we are learning how we're going to keep bees in the future, because we fully expect to learn from you folks as well.
Definitely.
Not to mention the input from things like the clubs and that sort of thing that we're associated with. We're learning all the time. I am sure in the last couple of years I've learned as much about beekeeping as I learned in the previous couple of decades. And so hopefully we can convey what we're learning to you guys with this with this group. It will be a paid membership group. The way you will go on Facebook, the Bee Whisperer, to look it up. If you decide this is something that you want to join, it will have links to a website where you can actually purchase your membership of the group, and from there on in there will be things like classes.
Yep.
There will be Facebook Live groups. There'll be questions and answers. We'll be doing challenges and things. So it'll be something where there's a regular, interactive, sometimes one-on-one, but more in a closed group setting, where hopefully we'll have a lot of fun in the process of learning more about the beekeeping and being able to address in more detail, specifically the sorts of things you want to hear more about. I mean, I'll still be doing videos and that sort of thing on YouTube. I'll still be continuing with Beekeeping with the Bee Whisperer, without any doubt. But hopefully I'll be getting a whole load of new ideas of what new interesting videos we can do on my channel there as well. But this group will be much more sort of more like a membership-based mentoring group, as opposed to a general interest learning platform in terms of the YouTube channel.
Right, and we'll be going live and doing some open hives as well on this page. We'll be, having virtual open hives where we'll go into our hives, and we actually want to see your hives. It's a back and forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of fun. So check it out on my Facebook page, The Bee Whisperer. It will probably go live in a couple of weeks' time. So we're hoping that before Christmas, the whole program is going to go live. Right now on the Facebook page, you won't see the links to the new program, but that will be coming shortly. And a few more mentions of this group will be on my videos in the coming weeks. In the meantime, looks like the weather is getting better next week.
Yes.
I'll be able to finish off my wrapping, and a couple of yards still need some mite treatments. But the weather's been very, very kind to us this year. The snow that we had, we only got a couple of inches of snow, so that's the one thing I was worried about, not being able to get to all my yards. So I'll still be able to get through to them. So that's going to then allow us to relax a little bit on the bee side for a few months anyway, while we get everything ready for the new season in the spring.
Right. Looking forward to it.
I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.